Confidence is one of the most misunderstood things in the world. People either think you have it or you don't. But the truth is, confidence isn't given to you, it's built. Built through rejection, built through doubt, built through moments where you could quit, but you don't. Today's guest knows exactly what that looks like. She stepped onto the biggest stages in music and became the runner-up of The Voice in Greece 2017. But today's conversation isn't about second place. Oh no. It's about confidence it takes to keep going after the spotlight, even after it fades. You are the comeback. I'm Lorraine Lewis.
And this is Dangerously Honest.
Welcome back to Dangerously Honest. I'm Lorraine Lewis, and today's episode, it's all about confidence. Not the kind you fake on Instagram, the kind you own, the kind you build over time. Confidence doesn't show up overnight. It's built through risk, through failure, through moments where you figured you could quit, but you don't. Life is full of ups and downs. We know this, but it's up to us to carry ourselves in a way that a crown would fit up on our head because we are so sure of ourselves. We're sure of our next foot. We know where we're going. We know what our dreams are, and we just keep going and we keep fighting. And that is built on confidence. I'll tell you why this episode is so important to me, because there have been times where I felt the lowest of the low. I've definitely had some successes, but I've definitely had some failures. I've had friends turn their backs on me. I've been fired. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But at the end of the day, I'm really confident with myself. I know I'm a kook. I know I'm fun. I know I'm sexy. And that's just the way it is. So that's confidence. I'll tell you what it has told me about my raindrops is that you guys have energy, you're fun, and you're all over the world. From Italy to Cincinnati to Texas to New York to New Mexico. I mean, my raindrops are all over the world. So I thank you so much. But let's stop right here. Before we get into the interview, I want to do something called the confidence check, because confidence isn't a personality trait. It's a muscle. I like being more playful. It feels sexy. It feels fun. It feels wild. It feels alive. Let's play a quick game of what I like to call
Stage survival.
my worst stage mishap. I've got a story for you. I've had quite a few of them, but on Monsters of Rock cruise, I can't remember the year, but I was on stage and it happened. My left boob came out of my outfit, popped out for everybody to see. And I definitely learned a lesson about having pasties on. And every time I go on stage, I have pasties over my little nipples because I don't want everybody to see my nips. Anyway, that was an experience. I think one photographer caught the moment, and I've posted it before on Facebook, so maybe I'll post it again soon. So ladies, if you're out there, I suggest wearing pasties all the time because number one, they're going to cover up your nipples when the paparazzi's around. And number two, they're just going to feel sexy. Do it. Song that always gives me the chills performing. Oh, there's a few. I'll say recently I did an Aussie song. I performed that at a club, and it was emotional, and it was really hard to get through. So I would say an Aussie song gives me chills whenever I perform it. Other than that, the Femme Fatale song, Rebel, it's a ballad, and it can definitely give me goosebumps at times. And I hope that the audience gets goosebumps as well. Pre-show ritual. Well, that's a great question. It used to be a shot of Jack or a Corona back. It used to be bourbon. But now I don't take any of that. That's an after show luxury to be able to drink and relax. But before a show, I'm chilling. I'm just getting into my zone. I don't like to talk to anybody. I don't really like people around. I want to get into the zone, stretch, make sure I can do some cool moves, and just get in my own headspace. So I would say just quiet place, chill, and drinking hot tea with a little bit of honey in it. If you would have said this to me back in the 80s, yeah, that wouldn't be me drinking tea before a show. But today, I like to keep my voice healthy, and that's the best way. We party later. We party after the tour. One artist I'd love to do a duet with, I think it comes down to, because I've already done it, I've already sung with Lou Gramm. I've already sung with a really iconic male vocalist that we're releasing a single very soon. I'd also love to do a duet with Paul Rogers, the voice of Free, Bad Company, Paul M.F. Rogers. That's who I'd love to go into the studio with or do a duet with. There's this myth that performers are always fearless, but the truth is every artist has a moment where they wonder if they belong on that stage at all. I know I do sometimes. I remember walking onto a stage once and thinking, what if tonight is the night that they realize I'm not good enough? But here's what I learned. Confidence isn't the absence of fear.
It's performing anyway.
All right, it's time for
Red Flag Files.
All right, it's time for Red Flag Files. Now, on this show, a red flag isn't just drama. It's a signal, baby, a warning, a moment where something just doesn't feel quite right. So I created an acronym to break it down. Red flag, REDFLAG. R is for respect. Are they respecting your time, your talent, and your voice? Because if someone doesn't respect you in the beginning, it rarely improves later. E is for energy. What kind of energy are they bringing into the room? Positive, supportive, or competitive, dismissive, and draining? D is for direction. Do they actually know where they're going, or are you following someone who's completely winging it all the time? F is for fairness. Is everyone being treated fairly, or are certain people constantly overlooked? L is for listening. Are they actually listening to you, or just waiting for their turn to talk? A is for accountability. Do they take responsibility when things go wrong, or does blame magically appear somewhere else? G is for growth. Are they growing, or are they stuck in the same patterns? So those, my friends,
A Red Flag Files.
let's get rid of them forever. I would just like to take a minute to address my red flags. I know it's hard to believe, but yes, I too can be a red flag. I'll tell you why. Because I am so up in the morning and happy to be alive, and it can be really annoying to someone who's not that kind of morning person. So could that be a red flag? Or do you love it that I'm bubbly in the morning? You have to decide. Another red flag is
I don't cook.
I don't cook. I don't want to cook. I want to be cooked for. So sorry, but that might be a red flag for you if you're looking for a meal. Another red flag is that I like to bounce my boobs. I like to bounce my boobs and share them with the world. So, boop, 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 boop. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. I like to bounce my boobs because boobs rule. So that might be a red flag to you because you think to yourself, is she always bouncing her boobs? And the answer is hell yes. I am at Trader Joe's, at Target, Starbucks, bouncing effing boobs. Those are some of my red flags, but what are yours? Do me a favor and comment below. Tell me what is your red flag. And let's get rid of those red flags forever. I'm wearing leather for a very good reason today. Andry, welcome to Dangerously Honest. You are a goddess. You are a baddie. You are a businesswoman. And I am so honored and grateful to have you here with me today. Thank you for joining me for this conversation on this week's episode.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Andry Lagiou. I am from Greece, and I am a professional singer and composer, songwriter, lyricist, call me whatever, one-woman band. So this is what I do for a lifetime.
Girl, you are definitely a baddie, but have you always been a baddie? I mean, tell me the truth.
I think that it is a part of my character. I mean, I have a good side and a bad side, but when I'm doing my job, Sorry, I'm always a bitch. Like, everything has to go my way. The way that I say that it's going to be, when I write a song, it always has to be the way that I have pictured it.
So I like to ask my guests, what is your sign? I have to know with what your astrological sign is.
I'm Pisces and my birthday's close.
Pisces, the fish. Okay, Pisces. I don't think I know anything about you, but I think that you're cool, so we can still be friends. All I know is you command a stage. Is that a Pisces thing? Does that have anything to do with you being a Pisces? Or were you just you just got it? You were born with it.
I truly believe that I was born with it because I found out pretty early, when I was 4 years old and I was jumping on the bed, listening to the Power Rangers riff. So I ended up actually writing a song with a composer of the Power Rangers riff, Ron Waserman. So hi, Ron.
That leads me to think that you are a great manifester. Are you into manifesting? Do you believe in it?
I believe that you have to adjust yourself into every situation, meaning that, okay, everybody can have dreams and goals, but you have to actually carve the path that is right for the business you want to enter to, the relationship you want to enter to, meaning that there are some rules. And if you want to play the chessboard, like you have to be the queen. If you are on a chessboard, be a queen, don't be a pawn. That's my advice.
So tell me something. If you could relive that moment and tell that girl backstage something, what would you say to her?
I would tell her because at this time I just left my previous band behind, so I decided to just be on my own and just have a musical life on my own. It was very hard. So last minute, I told my friend that he was a vocal coach there. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And he actually pushed me on the stage. This is why I look so angry. And then here comes on TV, hashtag angry, Andry, angry, Andry. And I'm like, guys, I am not naturally that angry. It's just I didn't want to do it. So I would tell myself, just don't give a fuck. Just get there, It doesn't matter. Do you have sound? You don't have sound. Doesn't matter. You just sing from your head. You have the vibration. I mean, you have everything you need. You don't need anything else, You just have yourself.
I also want to know, as another female singer that rocks stages as well, I want to know, do you ever get anxiety before you go on stage? I mean, sometimes I do, but I tell myself that anxiety is the same as excitement. It's the same feeling. But I just want to know, do you ever get anxiety or do you just say, fuck it and rock the house?
I feel like we should be a little bit of fuck it, whatever happens, happens, because you're not going to be at your best each and every night. It's going to be a bit less, a bit, same with the recordings. When you record an album, you're not always on your best day and you know that you can do better. So you're waiting for another day. So you better tell yourself that, okay, I can work with this. I have to work with what I have. There's nothing else I can do. It's beyond my capacity. So why be stressed and anxious and get the fucking heart rate? Why are you going to die for this? You don't need, you don't deserve that.
This is a little off topic, but who is your celebrity crush?
I would say that I am very, very much influenced by Christina Aguilera, meaning that I love her personality. I love the way that she puts herself on stage, that she puts herself into the songs and the music and the gigs and life, and the fact that she has embraced her sexuality and all that. Because we as women are very, I wouldn't say degraded, but a little bit not tarnished. I don't know if that's the right word to say, but whatever is woman and sexuality, they take it a little bit different, and especially in this industry. So I love the way that she has embraced herself so much. So I can pretty much say I like her a lot.
Oh, I love Christina. She's beautiful. She's a baddie. Boy, she is great on stage. I love her. Andry, you've had some great moments working with so many amazing musicians. Tell me, what were the moments like working with Billy Sheehan? Was there a moment where you thought, I can't fuck this up? Or did you just go for it? I think I know my answer, but Tell me.
Weirdly enough, I just go for it. To me, it doesn't matter if someone has a name or not in the business. To me, it matters more of like, oh, and it has happened, by the way, to collaborate with high-end class musicians, but they didn't bring me the result that I wanted. And I'm like, who am I to judge them? But on the same sense, is this what I want? No. So I have rejected also a lot of musicians. But with Billy, when I first heard his bass, I was like, oh, this is from another planet. This is really from another planet. I loved it. I loved it. Billy's amazing, and he's, to me, he's the top bass player that I've ever collaborated with. He's top. That man, wow.
I love that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, ideally or logically. I don't know. There are two realities here. The one in my head, the one that's happening. Okay. In my head, I'm always at the biggest production, like fires, sparkles, even dancers. I don't know, like a giant party that everybody's shouting and having fun and they're lashing out. And it's just amazing. It's just a big fucking production that I'm also filming, and I put it on platforms and stuff. Well, reality shows that, okay, the industry is going down a bit. We don't know what's going to happen. Things are tough. And yeah, possibly a nice tour again with some great bands.
That is why this show is so important, to amplify voices like yours. What I love about today's conversation is this. Confidence isn't something you wake up with one day. It's something you build through hard work, hard moments, through risks, through showing up even when you're unsure. If today's episode reminded you to trust your own voice, share it with someone who needs to hear it right now. And a big shout out and thank you to our friends over at Liqueur Hangover Gummies for being so generous and sponsoring today's episode of Dangerously Honest. Because sometimes the best nights come with the roughest mornings. Liqueur helps you recover, reset, and get back to feeling like yourself again. So I'm not going to have a hangover because I've been, gummied out today. Anyway, Dangerously Honest with me continues, I think. Do we?